Well, it's my great pleasure now to bring on the new mayor, Lynn, Jared Nicholson. And Mayor, Mr. Mayor, welcome back to MSO. Nice to see you face to face, by the way.
Thank you so much, Rick. Thanks for having me. Great to see you too.
You know, the last time we chatted, you were a member of the school committee, and I'd like to add, you've run a similar path to the mayor of Gloucester. The mayor of Gloucester was school committee, city council, and so on. And when I talked with him after his first 4 months in office, he said, you know, there's really no manual for this. You have an idea of what to do from the outside, but when you get in, it's sort of like a hospital triage. You have to take care of things as they come along. How has it been for you in the first 1,000 days or so, 100 days or so?
Yeah, it's been great. We're thrilled to be here. Really excited, and you know, I would totally agree that there's just so much that comes across what we're doing, and all across the city that you got to be on your toes and ready to respond to such a wide range of issues. I think for me, it's been really helpful. We've been able to build, I think, a really great team in the office, in the mayor's office, and have also had the opportunity to work with the folks who are here in City Hall and different city departments and the school department, who are all, I think, really excited about the future, the potential that we have in Lynn, and have been tremendously helpful in getting off the ground. Very grateful to my predecessor, Mayor McGee, who was wonderful in the transition and has continued to be a resource for us. And so certainly a lot going on, a lot to wrap our arms around, but really excited to be moving forward.
Yeah, Berger was saying that, you know, he has a vision. When you get elected, the things you want to do, you have a priority. But then when you get into office, you sort of have to take care of other stuff sometimes first. What are some of the things that you want to do that maybe you haven't quite been able to get off the ground yet, or in fact, maybe you have?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we've tried to do is respond to those day-to-day issues as they come, and those unpredictable issues as they come, but also make sure that we're carving out time to lay the groundwork for those big priorities. And the big projects take so much time. You gotta move the ball forward, even when you have other stuff going on. And so that doesn't mean it happens overnight. The change is a process, and definitely takes time and effort. But you know, for example, one of the big priorities that we've had coming in is we want to build new schools in Lynn, and we want to both take advantage of the opportunity we have in the near term to try to build a Pickering Middle School, because we're already in the pipeline with the Massachusetts School Building Authority, and also lay the groundwork for future schools. But it's certainly not going to happen all at once. But you know, even with everything's going on, we've really made it a priority to go step by step through the building of the new Pickering, following the MSBA process, the Massachusetts School Building Authority process, and are moving right along in that work.
Mayor Driscoll over in Salem tells me that the budget process is a year-long thing. It doesn't just happen in the springtime. And with the result of COVID, it's almost like coming out of a battle zone. So what's the status of the budget, Mr. Mayor?
The status is that we're in a strong position financially, and that's thanks to the really entire city team pulling together over the last few years to dig ourselves out of a really deep hole, and thanks to the work that's happened under the leadership of the McGee administration, that we're in a lot better shape. We are still not out of the woods yet, in that we need to continue to be very disciplined fiscally, and particularly with what's happened with COVID and now the economy trying to find its way, that creates some challenges on the operating side of the budget in terms of our recurring annual revenue, to figuring out where that's going to land. The good news is, because of the federal ARPA funds, is that we have a tremendous opportunity to make one-time investments. So even though the budget is tight, the annual budget, our one-time cash is very flush, and so that creates a real opportunity for the city.
Lynn is very unique in that you know, you've got a really diverse population. You're in the middle of an urban area on one side, but then on the other side, it's kind of like laid back in the suburbs. So with respect to the geography of Lynn and so on, do you find that it is sort of a unique situation where you got Boston on one side, Salem on the other side? I mean, does that present special problems?
I think it certainly is an important part of the identity of the city, in that we are kind of a gateway to the North Shore. So on the one hand, like you said, we're part of that greater Boston, right, part of sort of the urban core. And on the other hand, we are the bridge from that rest of the state to the special part of Massachusetts that is the North Shore. And so I think it is a part of our identity, and I think it's an opportunity for us to play an important role in both those worlds as part of the urban core, and trying to leverage that as an opportunity. And one of the priorities we've had so far is trying to create more economic opportunities, more jobs in the city by tapping into the growth that's happening in life sciences. And that opportunity is there is because of our location as part of the urban core, and wanting to plug into that as Greater Boston's the life sciences capital of the world, and then also the part of the identity that's the bridge to North Shore, and thinking about partnering with our other communities in North Shore, thinking about transit. That's been a priority, electrification of the commuter rail. And just the sort of quality of life issues that we're blessed to have on the North Shore, and the natural resources and the ocean, and wanting to make the most of those.
Well, I know you were on the school committee. You were the sports chair, and I just have to tell you, I'm happy for the Lynn schools that they're happy where they are, but I wish classical and English were still in the Northeast Conference. Got to tell you that.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. No, Lynn has a very proud athletic tradition. It's been an honor to work on those issues over the years.
What about your relationship with the city council now? How often do you guys meet?
So the council itself meets, twice a month roughly. But I have been really working on building a very close relationship with the Lynn City Council, and they've been tremendous partners, and particularly working day to day with the president of the city council, Jay Walsh, has been a real privilege. He's a great leader. He's a great counselor. He's a great member of the Lynn community, and we talk multiple times a day on issues that come up, and he's been a tremendous partner.
And is your staff rounded out now in the office?
Yes, yeah. We really hit the ground running. So we ran a hiring process during the transition. So in November, December, and so we were able to start with a full complement of folks. So chief of staff, policy director, outreach director, administrative director, communications, constituent services, and then the city's diversity, equity, and inclusion officers is in our office as well. So we have a great team I'm really proud of. And that's really what's allowed us to drive the progress we've had already, is the fact that we're firing on all cylinders in that respect.
You may have already answered the question. Then I think finally, when I talked to coaches, I asked them what the strength of their team is, and you may have just answered that. But as you sit in the mayor's seat now, what do you see as a real positive in the city of Lynn? Something that residents, people going through there should know about the city of Lynn.
Well, I think one strength I'd highlight is that the city's diversity. You mentioned that already. I think it's something that we're really proud of. People from all over the world, really diverse community, and with a rich legacy of diversity. We're proud that we reflect that in the mayor's team in our office, and we have that in our community. We're working hard to make sure that all the city government reflects that diversity. And I think it's something that we're really proud of. And then, I think that the history too is something that's a real important part of the city, and the legacy of the shoe manufacturing, the industrial leadership, and connecting that to the future, and thinking about what areas of growth will continue to drive the city's future.